Hi guys, welcome to another new video. Today we'll be taking a look at the May 2023 BTO exercise. So this will be just a brief overview, and of course I'll be sharing my thoughts on each project. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So for this May BTO, there will be 5 projects. Ballot South blossoms at Ballot, Farrer Park Arena under Kallang and Whampoa. So this will be the only prime location housing model for this exercise. Thirdly, we have Serangoon North Vista at Serangoon North. And then we have 2 Tengah projects. One of them is called Plantation Verge and the other one is Park Meadow. So let's dive right into the location. I think the 2 projects that have the best location, of course, the PLH project, and the other one would be Ballot South Blossoms. Ballot South Blossoms is just a short walk to Tanah Merah MRT station. If you go down Upper Changi Road, you can find Bedok Mall and Sky Eden at Bedok, where you can do your shopping and whatnot. And then a bit closer to you, there will be Senika Residences, also a mixed development with shops at Tanah Merah MRT station. So I think you are in a very, very good location with strong development, and of course everyone knows that you can find good primary schools in this area. Now, taking a look at Farrer Park Arena, I think this isn't as good as some of the PLH projects that we've seen. It's a bit further away from the MRT stations. I think you're around a 5 to 7 minute walk from both Farrer Park and Little India MRT station. But in the area, you can find a lot of community clubs, a lot of eateries, coffee shops. Your daily necessities will be met if you're living in that area. It's just that I know there is a little bit of stigma, surrounding Little India, but I think if you can get over that, the location is still pretty good. Okay, then we have Serangoon North Vista, which is in, Serangoon North. It'll be directly opposite Affinity at Serangoon, a project that I really like a lot, which will be completed by this year. So the thing is, you are flanked by both a HDB estate and also a landed enclave. You do get the serene and quiet feel of a landed area, but of course you do have access to supermarkets and coffee shops in the HDB estate just opposite. And Serangoon North MRT station is due to complete in 2030, which will bring more convenience to the entire area as well. Now, moving on to the 2 Tengah projects, we have Park Meadows, which I think has the best BTO location in the whole of Tengah I've seen so far. It is, I think, a 5-minute walk to Tengah MRT station, which is the town center of Tengah, where you can find shops, amenities, and I think even an integrated development. Not sure whether it's a HDB or a condominium yet. And I think it has very similar pros and maybe some cons as well to Copen Grand, which is the EC that launched in Tengah last year. And then lastly, we have Plantation Verge, which will be less than a 5-minute walk to the future Jurong Region Line MRT station. Unfortunately, it is right beside the Pan Island Expressway, so you will expect quite a bit of noise coming into the units there. And it is also beside a designated place of worship. Not sure whether it's a church, mosque, or temple yet, but it might be an issue for some buyers out there. So overall, my favorite location is of course the one with the PLH model, but I think Ballot South Blossoms is just a close second. Now, another thing to note is that if you want to increase your chances, most of the units available in this exercise will be in Tengah, and quite a decent chunk of it will be in Bedok as well. If you want a good chance of getting a unit, maybe vie for these 2 areas. Of course, we also have to look at the popularity of the 2 areas, and Bedok, I think, being a mature estate, will of course bring in more demand. Next up, let's take a look at the prices. I will only be comparing the prices of 4-room flats because that is the only flat that all of these projects have in common. So the cheapest one we have is Plantation Verge at Tengah. Then we have Park Meadow at Tengah, followed by Serangoon North Vista, Ballot South Blossoms, and then the PLH Farrer Park Arena. So if you are on a tighter budget, then of course go for the Tengah projects. Now, taking a look at the layout for 4-room flats, they are all pretty similar. The only difference is that some of them have home shelters in the middle of the flat, and some of them have home shelters in the corner of the flat at the entrance. So personally, I prefer to have the bomb shelter at the corner, so it doesn't eat into the usable space in the middle of the flat. You can have an option of keeping your kitchen closed or open, and it just gives you more flexibility in designing a layout that you want. So for Ballot South Blossoms, the 4-room flats actually come with both layouts, one with home shelter in the corner, one with the home shelter in the middle. And unfortunately for Serangoon North Vista and Plantation Verge, all of them have home shelters in the middle of the house. Okay, next we'll take a look at Façade. Not very important, but this is my opinion. And sometimes you just want your house to look nice, right? So at the top of my list is Farrer Park Arena. It is pretty massive. Another thing it has going for it is that it has a sports area. It used to be a boxing gym, and they have turned it into a community sports facility for the residents to use, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have both Ballot South Blossoms and Serangoon North Vista. Pretty standard design, I would say, but I do appreciate the 3/4 windows in the bedrooms. And then we have Park Meadow and Plantation Verge, both looking like, your ordinary BTO projects. Okay, then on to the estimated wait time, which I think can be the most important point for some of the buyers out there. Now, luckily for this May BTO exercise, the waiting time isn't that long. We are used to seeing maybe 5-6 years. Now we have options that only have a 3.5-year wait. So if you don't want to wait so long, you can opt for Park Meadow, and the fastest blocks should be completed in 37 months, which is just over 3 years. Actually, much quicker than my own BTO project, which I applied for in 2021, and then that will only be ready in end of 2026. And then we have Serangoon North Vista and Ballot South Blossoms, 41 and 42 months, which are around 3.5 years. So still very, very reasonable. And even the longest wait, which is the PLH Farrer Park Arena, is only 48 months. That's just 4 years. So if you really do like the area, of course, go ahead. But you do know my opinion on prime location housing models. I think if you ever want to be a property investor, or if you ever want to sell your BTO and upgrade to another property, you should avoid PLH at all costs. Now, tabulating the overall scores, the project which has the highest score is Park Meadow at Tengah. I think it has a nice balance of location, price, and one of the strong points is, of course, you don't have to wait too long to collect your keys. But personally for me, if I were an applicant in this May's BTO exercise, I would try my luck with Bedok South Blossoms. I've been to the area quite often when I was marketing Sky Eden at Bedok and Seneca Residences, and I really do like the area quite a bit. If budget is a constraint, however, then go for Plantation Verge. It's not bad, it's still located quite close to the MRT station. It's just that you have the PIE facing some units. So I'm open to sharing this Google score sheet that I have done. All you have to do is, message me. My number is flashing on the screen now. If you like this video, do share it with your family and friends. Good luck on the balloting. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.